Hey, I'm Brack, and welcome to Brack TV. Today I'm going to show you my Tolkien collection. Are we ready? Let's get started. Number 1, The Hobbit. The Hobbit. I know you want to see it, so here's some more Hobbit. The Hobbit. I don't really want this copy. If you want it, it's for sale. Next up, The Lord of the Rings. In 3 volumes. Volume 1, The Fellowship of the Ring. 2, The Two Towers. 3, The Return of the King. These are my copies I bought in middle school at a book fair. Love these copies. I also have more copies of the same thing. Slightly different covers. I have more copies. Very different covers. These are stupid covers. I don't like them. Next up, the same thing. Different covers. I'm not going to show you the covers. Just know that they're different. Then I have a Fellowship of the Ring from Ace Fiction. Science fiction, whatever it is. Unauthorized 1960s edition. It's unauthorized. And then I have 2/3 of the authorized 60s paperback edition. Where's the first one? I don't know. I think I've lost it. Then I have an Elijah Wood Fellowship of the Ring. I have yet another Two Towers. And yet another Two Towers. And then we have another copy of The Lord of the Rings. This is the Millennium Edition. As you can see, it's divided into 7 individual books. And then we have these editions of Lord of the Rings. These are my reading copies. Every time when I read them, this is what I'm reading. Are you sick of the Lord of the Rings? Well, too bad, because there's one more. This gigantic red one. I like it. It's nice. Don't read it, because it's too nice. Next up we have the Silmarillion. This is the first American edition. Here's a paperback. This is the first copy that I ever owned of it. Bought it in 1992. One more Silmarillion. Just one more Silmarillion. I've read this one twice. This one once. And this one once. Next up we have Unfinished Tales. It is also very good. Next up we have The Tolkien Reader. Followed by The Tolkien Reader. Followed by The Tolkien Reader. Why do I have 3 copies? I don't know. This one is next. Why is there a sticker of a baby on there? I don't know. Next up is a Rover Random. It's a nice little tale of a dog. Next up we have A Look Behind the Lord of the Rings. I haven't read it. Tolkien's Ring by David Day. Tolkien's World. A Hobbit Companion, also by David Day. Let's look at this. That's straight. This next one's fun. It's the map of Tolkien's Middle Earth. And guess what? Yeah, it's a map. I'm not going to open the map. Sorry. We have the letters of J.R.R. Tolkien. We have J.R.R. Tolkien, a biography. And we have J.R.R. Tolkien, author of the century. Next up, the Book of Lost Tales, Part 1. Followed by the Book of Lost Tales, Part 1. And then the Book of Lost Tales, Part 1. Oh, and then the Book of Lost Tales, Part 1. Why do I have 4? Next we have the Book of Lost Tales, Part 2. Followed by the Book of Lost Tales, Part 2. Next up we have the Lays of Beleriand. And then we have the Shaping of Middle Earth. And then the Lost Road. Next up is the Return of the Shadow. followed by The Treason of Isengard, The War of the Ring, Sauron Defeated. Alright, next up, The History of Middle-earth Volume 10, Morgoth's Ring, followed by The History of Middle-earth 11, The War of the Jewels, followed by, you guessed it, The History of Middle-earth Volume 12, The Peoples of Middle-earth. Next up we have The Children of Hurin, followed by The Legend of Sigurd and Gudrun. I guess that's how it's pronounced. I don't know. You tell me in the comments how it's pronounced. Next we have The Fall of Arthur. Next up we have Tolkien's translation of Beowulf, The Story of Kullervo. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce this one. If you know how to pronounce it, leave a comment. If you don't, leave a comment. Next is Baron Luthien. And then we have The Fall of Gondolin. And our last one, I just started reading this last week, The Nature of Middle-earth. Just came out on Thursday. Okay, well, that's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.